Hi, I'm Nick Martin here with Sam Turken of the Duke Chronicle, and we're here at Yulman Stadium where Duke has just defeated Tulane 37-7 to open the season 1-0. Now, Sam, coming into this game, there are a lot of question marks. There are a lot of holes to be filled after such a lauded senior class graduated this past spring and went on to the NFL and other things. But I think a lot of questions were answered tonight. There's definitely some, leaves a little to be desired, but the biggest question that had to be answered was, how is the new quarterback going to play? And I think Thomas Sirk came out and did a really good job. He completed 27 of 40 for 249 yards and 2 touchdowns. He had a miscue here and there. He had a fumble, a couple overthrows, and a couple slip throws. But overall, I thought he did a really, really good job of maintaining his composure, getting his passes to where they needed to be, and not trying to do too much in his first start. Now, part of that is on the receiving course because the Blue Devils lost Jameson Crowder and Isaac Blakeney, two of the biggest playmakers in recent Duke history. But I think, a lot of the young guys kind of stepped up. What did you see out of them today?
First you got to start off with John L. Barnes. He had an early fumble first series of the game. And, he bounced back. He had 109 receiving yards. And it was really a growing up game because he struggled throughout the summer with his consistency. And, he proved this game that, he can come back from struggles and that he can, he doesn't let things get to him. Mm-hmm. And then you go to T.J. Rahming, he had 70 receiving yards. And I think, he lived up to the freshman hype. He was a Under Army All-American. He's a true freshman. There's a question of whether he'd redshirt or not. But he definitely showed his explosiveness in this game and how much he can benefit this team out on the flats in the middle of the field. He's very quick. So we learned a lot about this team's receiving core tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I think a lot's going to be made of what the offense did out here today. And rightfully so, they did a fantastic job. But on the other side of the ball, the Duke defense actually, after last year Tulane came to Duke, rushed for more than 220 yards in Wallace-Wade Stadium. And then today, they hold the same 3 running backs. Tulane returned 10 starters on offense. They hold the same team to just 25 rushing yards. And I think from a defensive perspective, they let up a touchdown in the fourth quarter, but by that point the game was more or less kind of over based on how the Tulane's offense was going. I think the Duke defense should be, pretty proud of what it was able to come out and accomplish, especially with the questions they had up front on the line and also in the linebacking core after losing Kelby Brown. But so I think defensively the Blue Devils did everything they needed to do. Now that being said, I think when we flip it back over to the offense, there were definitely some areas where you kind of left. There were a couple missed plays. There were a couple of fumbles, especially one down on the other side of the field where Sirk kind of made a bad pitch out to Shaq Powell, and Powell didn't fall on it and gave the ball back. Ultimately, didn't lead to anything. But those are the kind of mistakes that come ACC time, you're not going to want to see be made. Now, the Blue Devils, like we said, open the season 1-0. They'll have a little bit of an extended break. They don't play again until September 12th, where in the home opener against NC Central. We'll have all your post-game coverage at DukeChronicle.com. Follow us at Chronicle Sports. For Sam Turken, I'm Nick Martin. We'll see you next time.